Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Layla here and today I am doing what's in my changing bag. I feel like the lighting's a little bit crazy, but I don't know if it's crazy good or crazy bad. So I'm going to keep going and I hope it's alright. But yeah, sorry if it's not. Sorry if it looks really weird. Today I'm going to show you the contents of my baby changing bag. So he is coming up for 6 months, so it's going to be sort of like geared towards like a 6-month baby, what you would carry in your changing bag. So if you're interested in seeing what is in it, then just keep watching. So this is the bag. I'm actually not super fond of the bag itself. I bought it on Amazon. It's from a company called Miss Lulu. And basically I bought it because it was pink. There wasn't much other rhyme or reason to it. I think it was about £15, so it wasn't too expensive. Some of the changing bags on the market are pretty expensive. This one, like I said, not too bad, but I don't love it in terms of its storage abilities. It's basically just like a gym bag, I would say. As you can see, it's kind of... It does have a few separate pockets, but I would probably want to get a different one at some point in the future, especially as he's getting older and he's going to need more different bits. But anyway, I'm going to show you what is in here and how I've got it set up. So I'll probably do a cutaway just to show you like the inside and the layout, because it's a bit difficult to show you now because it's just like on my lap. But basically there's a main pocket here, just unzip it, and there's also a front pocket right at the front. So I'm going to open the front pocket for you first, show you what's in the front pocket. The front pocket is a bit annoying because I thought it was completely separate, but it's actually only separated by a very thin piece of material that isn't joined together at the sides. I'll show you what I mean. So you can kind of see like what's in the main pocket through the front pocket, which isn't awful, it's just a little bit annoying because things can obviously get mixed up. So in the front pocket is where I keep all his sanitary items. So I've got his changing mat. Now this changing mat actually came with it, which is really good, that they provide you with a travel changing mat. And it's just, think again, some of you may be wondering why I bought a pink changing bag or a pink changing mat for my boy son. The way I saw it basically was that I'm the one that's carrying it around, I'm the one that's changing it, and I love pink, and if I was to choose a bag for me, it would probably be pink. So I just thought, I don't think it really matters in all honesty. I mean, potentially next time I won't go for a bright pink one, but yeah, I just wanted a pink changing bag, and I just don't think it needs to define his gender. But anyway, changing mat. I usually use this side to change him on though, just because this side is it's too difficult to clean, whereas this side is quite easy to like wipe away any dirt stuff. So yeah, that's quite good that that comes on there. And then I've got, how many nappies? I've got 6 nappies in here, which is usually enough because I usually don't take him out for too long, and we wouldn't probably go through 6 nappies in one day anyway. Most of the nappies that I buy are usually from Aldi or Lidl, just because they are so much cheaper and so much better value. I know some people can be really funny about getting Pampers, nappies, or like different brand of nappies or Huggies or whatever, but I really wasn't like too fussed. I just thought I would see how it goes. If he had any problems with the nappies, then I would obviously change them, but he's been absolutely fine so far. And you really can't argue with the price of the Lidl and Aldi nappies. They do exactly the same job, I think, as the Pampers ones. They just charge a lot less for them. So yeah, I also tend to buy nappy bags from Lidl and Aldi as well. These ones, I think the mummier ones are from Aldi and you get, how many, 150. Nappy bags are usually really cheap anyway, so I just buy a separate pack for the changing bag rather than just putting a handful in. I just find it easier. And then wipes I'm kind of the same with, but I'm not really loyal to like Aldi or Lidl or like any brand. Sometimes I get water wipes, sometimes I get Pampers, sometimes I get Huggies. I basically just get whatever, either whatever is on offer at the time or just whatever I need in whatever shop I'm in. Like, I'm not too fussed about wipes. And again, he hasn't had any skin problems, so he doesn't even have a nappy rag, so I'm not like too fussed about even buying the little ones, which is a Lulu brand. Pew, I think it is, Lulu Pew. So that is everything that is in the front pocket. And then in the main pocket I kind of keep like anything that I want to stay clean and anything that I need to like stay clean, and just any bits that I need for me as well. So sometimes I put my phone in here as well. So in the main pocket I obviously have my purse, which is the Ted Baker purse, which, you know, I've got to carry my purse around, and I don't really like taking out two separate bags, like a handbag as well, just because it's just too much fuss. So I just usually take the nappy bag. And then I've also got this little wallet holder, which I just keep my bank card and my driving license in, just for easy access. I've got a few coins in here as well. And then in here I've got, I believe, 3 muslin cloths. Now if you're looking for ideas for newborn babies about what to bring in the changing bag, I would highly recommend taking muslins, especially if your baby is very sicky. Now it is difficult obviously if the baby's not been born yet to know if your baby's going to be sicky, but my baby is quite sicky. He has pretty much been formula fed since he was born. For about 3 weeks he was breastfed, I believe, and then it was pretty much formula fed. And formula fed babies tend to be more sicky, and he has literally been very sicky right up until we started weaning him, and it's starting to get better now. But this is why I carry 3 muslins, because there was a time where he would literally soak all 3 of these muslins if we went out. So I always make sure to take plenty with me. They're very important, because you don't want that sick going on you or all over your baby. Then with that in mind, I also have a fair amount of bibs. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, I think I only have 3 bibs here right now, but usually I carry a few more. So this one just says I heart daddy. This is a hedgehog one, and this is a Batman one. So yeah, bibs is another thing that even now he's being weaned, he's quite dribbly because he's teething as well. So that's really important for me to always make sure that I've got spare bibs with me, because I know he's going to drench at least one of them. So, oh, I just found another muslin as well. So that's 4 muslins I carry, which I probably don't need to carry 4 muslins. I might take one out actually. And then I have a whole bunch of clothes, just because you never know what's going to happen. He's actually pretty good now with not soiling his clothes, or like, sorry for the details, but that is what it is when you have a baby. He doesn't soil his clothes too much, and he usually is only sick on his bibs or the muslins, so I don't usually have to change him that many times when we're out. But I do have a stash of clothes just in case, because you never know. There has been times when he's literally thrown up everywhere, so you have to just be prepared for any situation. So I have a vest here, and then we've got some little trousers here. These are cute. I think these were from Toys R Us, which has obviously shut down now, so you won't be able to get these anymore. But I think he's nearly grown out of these actually. That's another thing. Always keep making sure you're checking your changing bag, because you don't want to be carrying clothes that they can't wear anymore, because it's just not worth it. I'm really sorry if you could hear banging, but they're doing building works next door to my flat. I'm not sure if the noise will carry into this room. I hope that it won't, because it's the furthest room away from it, but if you can hear me, I'm really sorry. Got another vest here. This one's got long sleeves, so I'll see for any weather. This says Mummy and Daddy love you, which is cute. Mother cat. And then I just found another bib and more trousers, and then another vest. I always keep quite a lot of vests because that's probably the main item that you'll need to change. This one's from Tesco. And then I've got a little jumper in here. I think he's grown out of this now, so I should probably take this out, but this was really cute and his dad's got a matching one, so I just thought, so cute. This is from Primark. And another vest, long sleeve vest, and then this is like a little Harry Potter vest from Primark, and then another vest, and that's all the clothes I have for him. And then something else for me, I actually haven't used this very much, but I really should start using it more. It's literally just a shopping bag, just because you know how when you're out you don't necessarily have a shopping bag with you if you get. I've just got a little spare one in here. And then I've got this little case for him which carries his dummies in, so like spare dummies in case he drops one. My baby, he is quite close to his dummy, let's say, and if he doesn't have his dummy with him and needs it, it can be very stressful. So I always make sure that I have a spare dummy for him. This one I think is from Advent. Loads of receipts that I don't need. Mini egg. And then I've got a little hat in here as well, which I'm pretty sure doesn't even fit him anymore. And he actually hates hats. He really doesn't like things on his head, so it's not great for him, but if it's cold weather and your baby doesn't mind a hat, then I would recommend keeping one in there, just because it's better to keep them warm. And I've actually got 3 pairs of socks in here, which again, I don't need 3 pairs. Probably just 1 pair is fine. But the thing about this is, sometimes if you have taken your baby out and he's got, or he or she's got like feet on their vests or whatever they're wearing, and they don't need socks and they stick up on it or something happens, you have to change them and their feet are exposed, it's always good to carry a spare pair of socks, because I find that oh, my voice gone cracky. I find that I don't know if it's all babies, but my baby in particular, his little hands and feet get so cold sometimes, and I just feel so guilty, like I just need to warm them up. So taking a spare pair of socks is really helpful. And then the last little thing I have in here is a little toy. It's just a wrist rattle. It just goes on the wrist like that, and I don't know, keeps him entertained for a bit. He's not really at the age where I need to be carrying tons of toys around from him, because he's not really playing with toys that much. So it's just a little something, just if he's crying or something, to keep him occupied with. The last thing in this bag is a tiny little pocket right at the back, and if I unzip this, I have a few items in here that I might use. So the first thing I've got is a tiny little tub of coconut oil, which I was using, which I use for him just to moisturize his skin. I don't really like to use any other baby products at the moment, just because I think he's too young and I just want to be careful with his skin. So I just use coconut oil, which is all natural and everything. And this is a mini tub, so it's really easy to carry around, just if I need to give him a little massage or something. And then for some reason I've got like 2 packs of mini wet wipes. I'm not sure why I've got 2 in there, but I have. It's just nice to freshen up sometimes if I've just changed his nappy or something and there isn't anywhere to wash my hands. And then in that same vein, I also have a hand sanitizer, keep him very clean here. And then I've got a mini pot of Sudocrem. I don't have to use this often, as I said, because he doesn't have nappy rash, but every so often if I think he's got a bit of redness or something, then I just use it. And then for some reason I've got a lipstick in here which shouldn't be in here, but if you're wondering, it's the Rimmel Kate lipstick in 107. It's a really nice red actually. And I've got some gum in here which I'm actually going to throw out now, because I think I've had this since he's been born, which is about 6 months, and I obviously haven't eaten it, so I'm obviously not that fussed about it. Trash! Hashtag Jeffree Star lover. Shut up later. The last thing I have got in here is kind of a weird one, and it is some energy sweets, and that's because Jack, my partner, Luke's dad is diabetic and he needs energy sweets with him, and obviously because I'm usually with him, I carry energy sweets around in like every single one of my bags, so that's why that is in there. And that's everything in the nappy bag, I think. Yep, that's everything. I think the contents of the bag will change a little bit as he gets older, so I might do another one of these in 6 months or so, just to update on how it's all changed. I don't ever keep much of his food in the nappy bag because I have a separate lunchbox for him, because as you may have seen, the nappy bag isn't the biggest, so it's not very easy to fit like bottles and food and that in, so I do carry a separate lunchbox for him if I need to take food out, usually, unless I'm just taking my bottle, and then it will just go in the middle part anyway. So yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any video requests or anything. I think that's everything. Remember to give me a like, a comment or a subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you so much if you are subscribed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.